And my journey with Bill Reeves began as we passed each other on the escalator in the IBM Tower in about 1991. We struck up a conversation, our respective, I was with Egon Zehnder at the time, and we struck up a conversation, and Reeves said that he called and asked if would I be willing to get together to discuss a potential merger of our offices. And I, in a show of humility that I am proud to embrace to this day, called the head of Egon Zehnder's North American practice and said, Reeves wants to bring his Spencer Stewart team to our office. True story. I went to work with the firm in 1993 and spent 9 years there. It was a wonderful, wonderful period. I was modestly successful with Spencer Stewart. Reeves has told me several times since then if I worked as hard then as I have since then. Well, I will say that if you gave parties as good as Lee Esser does then, I might still be there. But I was there during the Downton Abbey phase when we decorated the office. Reeves gave me a number of gifts during that period that have stayed with me for a long, long time. But before I do that, I want you to please ask you to join me in saying specific thanks to two women of import to him and therefore to us, Kay Zito and Stephanie Reeves. These two women are the mirror image of each other. They will be seeing less of Reeves but like to see more. Stephanie will be seeing more of Reeves but like to see less. And since the chairman of the firm is here, I will say this publicly to avoid any embarrassment going forward. I was dead serious about that offer to come to work for Boardwalk Consulting anytime. But if you say no, you will join a long line of former colleagues who have also rebuffed that offer. Anyway, the last thing I want to say is that Reeves, in all seriousness, gave me a real gift when I stepped away from the firm. Actually gave me two gifts. I left the firm with, in the last meeting in Paris in 2002, I guess it would have been, might have been 2001. And Reeves was kind enough to stand up and make a few remarks on my behalf to the partners. Reeves had to be taken off the podium as he went on so long. I promise you that will not happen here. But the gift he gave me was, he said as I was leaving the firm some months later, that I would like to stay connected with you. And if we don't plan it, it won't happen. And that was 12 years ago. And with the exception of maybe what, Reeves, half a dozen times, we've had lunch every month for 12 years. Wow. To alternate who paid for lunch until I sent a really big assignment his way. And all I want to know is, Lee, what are you doing for lunch next month? But the last thing I want to say is when we would have lunch, Reeves would routinely not have dessert. And I would routinely have dessert, which is why he's so buff and I'm not right. But so the two things I've combined in one present that Barbara and I brought this evening is A, we don't want you to forget us, and B, we want you to learn the joys of having dessert. So I brought a little something, and if you're nice, there's enough here for everybody to have.